Hey everyone, welcome to my channel Secular Spirit. My name's Alim, and in this video I wanted to address a question I get asked all the time by Muslims on social media. Why does Islam live in your head rent-free? So I called the question earlier, but it's more of a taunt or a joke that's directed to ex-Muslims like myself. So the thinking seems to be that, oh, okay, so you left Islam, then why are you still talking about it? Why are you going on about it on social media every day? Clearly it has some sort of hold on you and you won't let it go for some ulterior motive. That thinking is correct, but what seems to be a misunderstanding from Muslims is what exactly that ulterior motive is. So for some of the nicer Muslims, they'll say something like, okay, you left Islam and I'm fine with that. Everybody has free choice and free will, and God will be the one who judges at the end of it all. But why are you still talking about Islam? Why can't you just move on and leave it behind? And then there's other Muslims who are a bit more critical and more mocking to ex-Muslims like myself, where they feel like me talking about Islam is somehow proof that I'm not over it and that I still yearn for it, and that I have some sort of pathological hatred for Islam, or maybe that I even blame Islam for problems in my life. It almost reminds me of that movie, which is a Christian movie, God's Not Dead, where an atheist character who's very gung-ho and hateful of God and preaches atheism in his philosophy class is revealed to actually just be motivated by hatred of God for taking away his mother through, I believe it's cancer or something like that. And so that seems to be the thinking, that the reason I'm talking about Islam is because I hate God, I just want to lash out at him and try to deconvert people so that I can just spite God. And then there's the Muslims who believe that ex-Muslims like myself are tools of the devil or of the Western world or the American government or neo-Nazis, take your pick. But the thing is that seems to be missing from Muslims' engagement with ex-Muslims like myself is trying to understand why we are talking about Islam. Sure, we have a motive, and that motive is that we experienced a lot of trauma at the hands of Islam. For some people, it's physical trauma. For some people like me, it was more of the psychological variety. And when we talk about Islam, we're not only talking for ourselves, we're talking about people who don't have the ability to talk for themselves, whether it's because they live in a country where it's dangerous to do so, especially when governments monitor social media, or because it's dangerous to do so from what their families will say if they discover, and sometimes it's both. One of the main reasons why Islam lives in my head rent-free is because I feel like I have a responsibility to address the issues that I face in Islam and why I find the religion so problematic, to speak for those who are still trapped in Islam. Yes, I've left Islam and it no longer holds sway over my life. I don't fear hell. I don't fear a God that I can't know for sure exists. And I don't live my life by the rules and conditions that Islam imposes on Muslims. But there's many ex-Muslims who still suffer under the rule of Islam in their lives, in their minds. And it's for them that I speak. And beyond that, there seems to be this, I would say, a naive or insulting notion even, that once you leave Islam, then that's it, you're done with it. How can you be raised into something from birth and told that this is everything that life is about? God is the one that gave you life, created you, and you will return to him, and you get everything that is good in life from him. And all this stuff, it formulates your life philosophy. It's a process to get over Islam. My Islamic upbringing affected me in so many ways. It affected my views on women. It affected my views on LGBTQ people. I was homophobic for over half my life. So talking about these issues helps people like me release themselves from the trauma that Islam created for us. It would have been unthinkable for me to talk about the things that I've talked about on social media even just 5 years ago, but by doing so I've managed to increasingly remove the shackle that Islam had on my life, whether it's the shame, the guilt, and the fear that comes with being Muslim for many of us. Even though we're ex-Muslim, it doesn't switch off overnight. And the third most important reason why I talk about Islam is because I think it's important to reach out to people outside of the ex-Muslim community so they can understand what we're going through. Whether it's Muslims, whether it's theists who belong to other religions, or whether it's just society as a whole. Because as I mentioned earlier, Oftentimes, ex-Muslims can't speak because of pressure from society or from their families. And when you can't speak, you can't be understood. And so by doing videos like this, I'm hoping that Muslims or theists or whoever can watch and understand what's going on in our minds and realize those are the reasons why we're posting about Islam every day, whether it's memes or jokes or posts just about our own personal experiences. It's all important because for many of us, we were so silenced for so long. And when you're silenced, you can't be understood. So that's why Islam lives in my head rent-free, in a manner of speaking. I may have moved on past Islam a long time ago, but I can't forget about all the people who still suffer because of it, and I can't forget about how much Islam continues to impact the world today. And my grudge isn't against Islam in particular, it's just the thing I know the best, because I lived through it for half my life. My problem is with organized religions that control people and tell them what to do, all while having no real evidence to base their claims. For anyone watching wondering why ex-Muslims like me talk about Islam so much, I guess now you have your answer. Thank you for watching this video, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. I'll be coming out with more videos very soon.